As a designer, I pride myself on the ability to help people reach their goals, whether that be by creating corporate identity for a new business or editing videos for musicians. Whatever it is, my main goal is to provide good visual communication in various mediums that benefit the person or business I'm creating it for. The work I chose to put in my portfolio are things I felt have been the most successful, either for me or the client. This is a project I did for a company called Adventures in Caving. They needed new corporate identity and things like that because they're a brand new business. I started out with the business cards and logos and some envelopes for them. They liked a minimal style so that everything looked clean and nice when it came out. And I kind of like that style too, so I just thought it was the perfect opportunity to showcase what I could do with corporate identity. I wanted to create the logo to be iconic and easily recognizable, so I went with a very simple icon that had distinct characteristics that I thought were pretty original. I also wanted to make sure that it would be easy to put on different branding products like t-shirts and stuff like that. So I wanted to look very inconspicuous but very recognizable. This is a website I built with HTML and CSS. It's called Analog Vision, and they basically just teach people about how to use analog video mediums like VHS and stuff like that. Um, I really liked creating this website because I kind of related to the subject matter. I liked what they were doing. Um, and they just wanted to serve as an informational website that showed people that kind of stuff. So the biggest challenge I had with this project was a lot of the stuff they wanted me to put in the site was videos. And if you add too many videos to a website, it slows down the speed of the website a lot. So instead of adding the full videos, I made them into GIFs that were loopable, so they look like they never stopped, basically. So anytime the person opened the website homepage or any of the other pages, the videos automatically played and they look like they didn't stop at all. This is a project I did so I can improve my skills in Adobe Illustrator. It started as just a city mockup using some of the Illustrator tools that they have, but I ended up creating a whole poster and seeing how the type tools worked in Illustrator. I wanted to give myself a challenge to balance out imagery and text, and I thought a good example of that would be to do the credits that they have at the end of movie posters. This is a project for a recyclable pizza box. Um, I was always confused if you could recycle a pizza box or not, and I wanted to create a solution to this problem without costing shops a lot of extra money to order whole new boxes. I wanted to create something that they could just order and then use immediately. So that was a foil liner basically that had adhesive on it so it can stick to the box and then be thrown out whenever the customer is done. Once you take this foil liner out, you can recycle the pizza box. It features a pull tab so that people know what to do with it. I think this was a good idea because a lot of people are very willing to recycle and save the environment, so I thought this was just one more to show their part in taking part of that. This is a project I did for the local bank called the Air Force Academy Federal Credit Union. They wanted to do some social media marketing and introduce some videos that would be informational but digestible at the same time. With this project, I really wanted to make sure that I could keep an audience's attention. I know that's a huge problem on social media, so I wanted to find a creative solution for that. The way I pulled it off was to create a character that people would immediately identify with and be able to recognize easily. These videos were meant to be 60 seconds and released monthly so that it would be easily digestible and that it could work as a series. I wanted to create something that could be reused for almost anything. There's different subjects that they wanted to do videos on, so I thought that this would be a perfect way to create a character that could advertise and give information about any of those things. This project is an event invitation design for the Western Museum of Mining and Industry. The Western Museum of Mining and Industry is a local museum dedicated to mining history
and industrial technology. The museum hosts an annual fundraising event to promote and preserve the museum's history. The theme of this event was Saloon Nights. They needed one mailable save the date to send out a couple months in advance and one invitation for those who RSVP'd. My goal with the save the date postcard was to make it look fun and enticing to all who received it, while making sure the call to action was clear and simple. My goal with the invitation was to go all out with the design, which meant a custom saloon door shaped eyeline and thick glossy paper.
The art department at Pikes Peak is very active on campus. They always have events for people to go to, like galleries and art festivals. So they needed a promotional poster to promote their new event called the Spring Seedlings Festival. They wanted a poster that represented an art festival, not a gardening event. So that was a little bit difficult despite their name. So I went with all art themed photos in the poster, and I try to stay away from anything that had anything to do with gardening and stuff like that. I went with a little bit of an unconventional layout style here because there was a lot of information to put on the poster. So I wanted it to have the look that it was simple, but also have all the information that the client requested. They ended up really liking this version of the poster because of how simple and eye-catching it was.